New cyberbullying rules and laws are now in place in Nova Scotia, including legislation that will allow victims to sue the alleged cyberbully or their parents if the bully is a minor. Victims will also be able to apply for a protection order to place restrictions on or identify the bully. The legislation was announced just 3 weeks after the death of Rehtaeh Parsons, that 17-year-old who died in hospital after trying to take her own life in April. Parsons was allegedly sexually assaulted by 4 boys when she was just 15 and was harassed and bullied when a photo of the incident showed up on social media. But are the new laws enough to stop cyberbullying? Would they have prevented Parsons' death? Joining me now from Halifax is the Nova Scotia Justice Minister Ross Landry. Good to see you, Minister Landry. Appreciate you being here.
Good to be here with you, Rosemary.
How will the new laws that come into effect today make a difference, do you think? And I know it's a hard question, but do you think that they would have prevented Rehtaeh Parsons' death?
Well, I can't speak about past and make that connection. What I will say is that we're taking a step forward and putting in legislation that we think will help educate the public and hold people accountable for their actions. And at the same time, for the people that are victimized of cyberbullying, have a place and an avenue in which to express their concern and have someone listen and take action in regards to their issues.
What do you think is the strongest measure that you're offering to people who have been bullied or to parents through this law?
Well, I think the two components, one is the protection order and the other is the civil litigation, that parents need to be aware that they're accountable for their children's actions and that there's process in place now in Nova Scotia that leads that charge to say, hey, we want to put a stop to cyberbullying. We all have a role to play in this, and we're taking strong steps to say no.
As you know, I'm sure there are arguments that the laws already exist to go after cyberbullying, and that laws against harassment, defamation, child pornography, all those things can address cyberbullying. In fact, the Senate's Human Rights Committee recent report into cyberbullying heard from this U.S. expert with the Cyberbullying Research Center who had this to say to the committee, and I just want to show our viewers, Mr. Landry, what he said. You pass a law criminalizing cyberbullying and the kids are not going to stop bullying and cyberbullying because of it. We know that they are more likely to stop if their friends, their family, their parents, or their brothers or sisters do not appreciate their behavior. In other words, it's fine to put a piece of legislation in place, but unless it is condemned by the people around you, it doesn't really change anything. How do you think the new laws are actually going to reduce cyberbullying? Do you really believe that it's going to make a difference?
Well, first off, I agree with the statement that the gentleman in the States made.
Yeah.
And it goes to the essence of what I've been expressing from the start and from what our government is that we need tools in the toolbox for the authorities to take action and to hold people accountable. At the same time, this issue is really about the community as a whole coming together and saying no to cyberbullying. And we all have a responsibility. It's very easy to say it's the police role or the courts or the teachers, but in our society, we all have that responsibility. So the law puts some accountability onto the parent and onto the young person, saying that they can enter into a civil action against them under that tort law, and they can be held accountable there. As well as the protection order saying to someone that is bullying is that you're to stop, and if that behavior continues, then steps can be taken. So in those isolated incidents where that extreme action needs to be taken, the tools are there for the authorities to carry that out. At the same time, our underlying goal here is to educate and to change behavior. And so by the very dialogue that we're here talking to you tonight, gets that message out there and saying, hey, we're doing something about this, we got to work together, and it's about holding people accountable and not necessarily looking to punish, but to change behavior, and that's the critical point that we really want to stress.
The federal government has been engaged in the discussion, I would say, about cyberbullying, although they haven't done anything at this stage. Is there anything that you would like to see done at the federal level to make what you've done more effective or to bring home the point?
Well, we just want the partnership with the federal government, who's a major stakeholder in this issue, to continue. We have good dialogue with the federal government. We'd like to see them put that law forward on the transmission of imaging.
Yes.
And
have you had any indication that it's going to happen anytime soon?
Well, I got the indication when I was up there in Ottawa when there was around the Parsons incident, this was all very live at the moment, that there was a commitment. I mean, the Prime Minister, and I know in his case, his wife has championed issues around cyberbullying. So let's get together, let's all collaborate and put forth the tool, or give the police and other authorities, the schools, the tools in which to carry this out. So it's a partnership. It's not just an individual. It's not just the federal government or the provincial or municipal. It's the collectiveness. And so I know our prosecutors have a large file load to deal with. They work hard to deal with these issues. So if we can move things away from the court, resolve them before they get there. But at the bottom line of this, one of the driving forces behind this is that we lost a 17-year-old child and a young adult, and we can never lose sight of that, and we have to protect life.
Ross Landry, I appreciate your time today, sir. Good speaking with you.
Thank you very much.
That's Ross Landry, the Nova Scotia Justice Minister.